Okay, so we're back with more Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. There's not much else to do because you can't go outside. So we have... So we went down into Spider and got our first rune. So now we're going to go to the second layer branch, which is, where is the swamp? Which is the swamp. So it's on layer 4. So now we're gonna head into the swamp. These guys are kind of annoying, can shoot bolts of cold at you, but we're not super... do we have any cold resistance? No, we do not. We'll probably be fine. Trog gave us yet another battle axe. +4. We'll stick with what we have. So this branch usually ends with a ton of hydras, which is normally a problem, but we have our flaming executioner's axe, so we should be okay. Comes a Hydra. We'll switch to our flaming battle axe, and we should be fine. So yeah, if you've never tried this game, I should definitely think you should give it a spin if it looks interesting. I wouldn't necessarily do what I do. I've been playing for a long time. I think I have like 15 wins now, but I still basically suck at the game. I do have a few wins with spellcasters, which tends to be the hardest because they're so squishy. So especially in the early levels when you don't have much HP or AC or any decent spells, it can be a pain, but I've managed to get a few. Maybe we'll do one of those next. I'm going to switch to our flaming battle axe. So yeah, hopefully things are going well in your state. In mine, we do not have a state, or wherever you are. We do not have a total lockdown, but they're discouraging you from going outside, going to bars, going to restaurants, but not a total lockdown yet. What do we got here? A little... another little gift from Trog. Halberd, we don't need that. Phantom mirrors are kind of cool. They'll create a duplicate of whatever enemy you're fighting and help you out. A pair of rune gloves. Our current gloves are just +1, so these might be something interesting. +2. That's better than nothing. Swamp Drake. Our body. Executioner's Axe. So yeah, not a whole lot else to do but sit inside and play video games. I think we'll up our fighting a bit to get some more hit points. Damn it. Equals a 16. Just armor up a bit. Still have our flaming axe, so yeah, I've been trying to get outside a little bit at least each day, just to at least get some activity in. Otherwise, trying to lay low because I have 2 old parents nearby. So I'm trying to make sure they stay inside and don't do anything stupid. So we are on level 3 of Swamp. Okay. So swamp worms have this harpoon shot which can sort of pull you across the map, which could be annoying. And these Spriggan druids can cast various annoying spells. I think I may back up a bit. Oh, yeah, there we go. So he's... yeah, so he cast his Awaken Forest. So now if you spend any time near these trees, they're going to slam you. So we gotta... oh, let's see. So it should be okay. Reasonably okay here. Just don't want to be next to any trees right now. Maybe we'll call in a friend. Oh boy. So now these guys are berserked, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and blink just to be safe. So these alligators can hit for a lot of damage and they are very fast in water. So, oh boy, okay, so I made it. Eat, and then we'll find another staircase down. Another druid. The alligator on his own shouldn't be much of a problem. There's a box of beasts. Since we have a bit of evocation skill, it wouldn't hurt. You invoke it like a wand and it'll pop out some little animal to help you out. So here's an Executioner's Axe, but it's just a base one. I guess it might not hurt to pick up in case we get a scroll of brand weapon. You can pick up a basic axe or one that just has a basic enchantment. You can change it to, you know, some random enchantment that might work better for you. I don't think we have any of those scrolls yet, though. Another ruined battle axe. Another +4. So yeah, so if you think this game looks cool and you want to watch some videos from people who actually know what they're doing, there's a few people who cover this. Ultraviolet 4, this is pretty much all he does. He knows all the ins and outs. So that'd be a good one to watch if you want to learn more. Quill18, who's kind of a popular YouTuber, he plays this every once in a while. So there's some options. Not a ton of people though. It's still pretty obscure. Okay, so we're on Swamp 4, so our rune will be somewhere in here, along with a lot of monsters. Hopefully it's not the branch with the 27-headed Hydra. So we got a lot of Hydras, but we've switched to our Fire Axe, so we should be good. Swamp Dragons. They will, yeah, sometimes drop swamp scales, which are protection from poison and decent. Okay, so we have a bunch of dragons, and these Thorn Hunters can do a lot of damage and corrode use. I am going to... I have one scroll of blinking. If I teleport, I could end up right in the rune vault, which would be much worse than where we are right now. I think I will call in a few friends, and we should be good. Maybe not. Alright. Well, I'll do a scroll of fear. Yeah, that got most of them off our backs. And I'm just gonna head for these stairs. Back up. Okay. Try another staircase. You have enough rations, we'll just go ahead and eat. Level 18, we'll go ahead and do strength again. Swamp Dragon, Lindworm. These guys, yeah, they have fire breath. Some other Swamp Dragon. So I'm kind of cutting down on my auto travel because I don't want to make the wrong move down here. Another weapon. Oh boy, I had a fair amount of stuff coming. So I'm gonna do another Brothers in Arms. We'll do a couple. So let's see, we got an Ogre and a Polar Bear, I think. Let's see. So they can go berserk, because they're not too bad. Maybe back up and let those guys take the brunt of it for a bit. I'm just gonna read. Okay, another plane. It's not giving us anything too exciting. Well, you don't need much more than a +8 Executioner's Axe. Yes, these guys are annoying. So he's gonna shoot acid at us and hide behind these brambles here, so I'm gonna back up. Yeah, acid is nothing to sneeze at. Just clear out around the vault before we head in. I feel like it should be pretty well cleared out by this point. This is a crystal ball. I've never used those. They help you regain a bit of mana. Not really something that we need as a berserker. So let's see. So here's the rune vault. I feel like it should be pretty cleared out. Yep, there we go. Okay. So now we have the swamp rune. So now we just need one more rune and we can head into Zot and try to get out of here. So generally speaking, after you clear the 2 lair branches, you'll head to vaults, which is back in the dungeon. We're starving. Okay, so here's the entrance to the vaults on dungeon level 13. Things start to ramp up a bit here. So what are we training? Armor. If we find a better crossbow, we could train that more. I think I'll just have fighting armor and dodging on for a bit, just for the heck of it. So yeah, so vaults, you need a ruin to enter it. And this contains the silver rune of Zot. So Bogarts can all summon a bunch of ugly stuff, so this should be fun. And this Orc Knight can berserk people. So for vaults, you usually do vaults 1 through 4 and then head on to the next branch, because vaults 5 is oh, great. Didn't notice we have a vault warden here, so that's something he can do is lock the doors on you, so now we can't sneak back in. So I'm gonna call a brother in arms, call another brother in arms. Need to kill this Bogart so he quits summoning stuff. Okay. Need to get my piety back up. Okay, so there's an orc sorcerer, so I'm going to back up a bit so he can't blast me. Wizard. They can have various spells. He has banishment, but he only has a 1% chance. Crystal Spear is a can do a lot of damage, so hopefully he does not have that. So we'll see. So now he's cast a spell, we can check again. So yeah, so this is his spell loadout, so we should be in good shape. Bunch of Yaktars. Some extra crossbow bolts. Arbalest of Freezing. I will grab that. So this is a 2-hander. We'll start upping my crossbows. I'll do dodging to 12. We'll do crossbows to like 14 for now. If we look at Arbalest of Freezing, you reach minimum attack delay at level 18, so eventually we'll want to get crossbows up to level 18. This is a Rakshasa. He can make duplicates of himself and other enemies, which can be a pain in the ass. So ugly things, shouldn't be too worried about them. Salamander. Oh, it's actually a shapeshifter. Should be in good shape if we take it slow. I'm gonna do Trog's Hand just to get a little extra regeneration. We should be good. Or not. think I may go ahead and do a teleportation. Oh boy. Do a scroll of fear. Okay, it's got most of them off our backs. Hopefully we don't, yeah. Trying to call in a brother in arms, but failure rate is a little too high. And here comes Convoker and a Preserver. Let's see, he can... Oh yeah, he can call a bunch of dudes on top of us, so we don't want to be here for long. So I'm gonna teleport. But hopefully we'll not... Well, and we've just been marked. So now the whole floor is going to be after us. So I am going to read a scroll of magic mapping so we can see where we are. And we are nowhere near an up staircase. So I'm going to quaff a heal wounds. I'm going to quaff... do I have a potion? Yeah. So potion of cancellation will clear this mark status. So right now everybody knows where we are and they're headed this way. So if I quaff that, that gets rid of the mark. So be in a bit better shape. This is an ogre mage. He can paralyze us, but it's a pretty low chance. We should be in good shape. There's an ogre. I'll let him come up here. Yeah, here's some of the stuff that was headed our way. Sphinx, some two-headed ogres. Don't really want to use my last scroll of blinking. Can maybe call in a brother. Also don't want to die to a Yaktar. Have any potions that could help? Do a heal wounds. Let's see. Could do a wand of clouds. It might help. This will bring up sort of a random cloud. The noxious fumes are okay. It'll sort of confuse. It's something that did a bunch of damage might be a bit nicer. So then I can do my wand of ice blast. Get some damage in here. Oh boy. And here's an ice dragon. Wonderful. So I'm just gonna teleport. Try to get to stairs. On the bright side, we ended up in a nice little room. On the downside, it has translucent walls so they can see us. So we're pretty close to some stairs. So I'm just gonna go ahead and heal up a bit, and I will pop my Trog's hand to bump up my regen. We'll just see if we can get to these stairs. My health's coming back pretty quickly. Okay. Alright, let's try that again. So ice dragon. They can leave ice scales. We're happy with our plate mail, but certain classes, if you want a lighter armor, you can... Dragon armor is a good choice. Just pick the one that has the resistances you want. There's a shop. Let's see. So the Scroll of Fear has been helping us out. Never hurts to have teleports. we definitely want a blinking. Fog is pretty good, but we have 5, so I think we're good for now. The scrolls. Take these guys out. So I'm an idiot and I'm still using my +1 Executioner's Axe, so let's switch back to the +8. Another Scroll of Teleport. And our Preserver. Again, if you're not sure what an enemy can do, you can check on. I forget what these guys do. These guys have Minor Healing and Injury Bond. Binds a caster nearby ally. Okay, so he can help mitigate damage when he's helping out other guys, but not so much of a problem on his own. Fault Warden. So he can seal doors. So I'm going to just step back. Take out these Yaktors. Broad Axe. We're not interested in broad axes. Here's an interesting little room. We'll have to go down a level and come back up to see what's in there. Sometimes you'll get weird little quirks like that on the floor. Okay, so that's Faults 1. This is a Zot Trap, which does bad things if you step on it. Traps are kind of weird. Most of the times you can see them way ahead of time and they're very harmless. Other times you'll be shafted 3 floors down and be horribly murdered because you're dropped into a situation you can't get out of. Although if you're a smart player, there's usually a way out of most situations. I wouldn't call myself that. There are people who can play this game and win it 35 times in a row. So it's definitely possible to get good at it. I am not. Great Mace. Okay, so these things are annoying. Flayed Ghost. They can flay you, which basically does a bunch of damage that can't really kill you, but it lowers your health. And then as soon as you kill him, you get it all back. So that's Cyclops. So here's a Fire Dragon. So yeah, so he left some fire scales, so we can just take a look at it, but oh, carrying too much stuff. So let's take a look at what we have. Ring of Ice, Dented Amulet. So we're gonna stick with Amulet of Faith, so I can drop one of these Rings of Ice, drop that amulet. What are we carrying that we don't need? Well, anyway, this just gives you some fire resistance, so this could be good for certain classes that wear lighter armor. And they can be enchanted pretty high, which is the nice thing. Blessed. So yeah, so we have almost 700 bolts now. So okay, so here is Frederick, who's another unique. He has some nasty spells and a lot of hit points. So you can see over here on the right again, there's like threat levels. There's this Draconian here is seen as a yellow, but Frederick is seen as a red. So I'm just gonna slowly back up the way we came, so we can take him on alone without fighting a bunch of other crap. It's a vampire. He can drain us, but we should be good. Okay, so Frederick cast Spellforged Servitor, so the players can also cast this spell, so it can mimic spells that he has. So yeah, he would have to shoot through him though, so for right now we should be okay. He's almost dead, and he's dead. Draconian just has a +1 battle axe. So let's see, did Frederick have anything interesting? No, not really. Trog granted us yet another battle axe. Battle axe flaming. Well, we have the Executioner's Axe of Flaming, so we don't need that. And we'll drop. Well, no, we'll keep the plain Executioner's Axe just in case. So we'll drop that. Bring up our +8 Executioner's Axe. So again, these guys can use Word of Recall. There's 2 of them. Okay, recalls intelligent allies from else around the level. We've probably cleared out a decent amount, but don't know. So I'm gonna, I don't know, who knows what all else is down here with these guys. I'm gonna back up. So if they call in help. Yeah, he was trying to do it right there. So I'll come back here. There's a Tengu. There's an animated demon blade in here. If we kill this, we could pick it up and use it, but we're not interested in long blades. So here's the entrance to the crypt. We probably won't go in there. Sort of the standard game in Dungeon Crawl would be a 3-rune game. You just get the 3 runes you need to open up Zot, get the orb, and get out. There's also extended where you can get into like Crypt and Hell and a bunch of other branches, which we will not do because I have never come close to getting 15 runes. If we can get 3 and get out, we will be lucky. Ice demons are, let's see. So yeah, this demonologist summoned this ice demon. He has a bolt of cold, he can torment, can claw twice for 25 damage, plus 54 cold damage, so yeah, they can murder you very fast. So I'm gonna blink, and then I am going to burn a haste potion so I can get the hell out of here. See if they fast. Okay, so this is a Deep Elf Sorcerer. So he just has, he can banish us to the Abyss, which we don't want, but he doesn't have much chance with our magic resistance. So we'll close the door on the spider. So intelligent creatures can open doors on you, but it's like the spider is not going to be able to do that. I think this is just a regular vault guard. He doesn't have any special abilities. This guy could call people down on us. Scale mail, fire resistance, +2 battle axe. It's just a bunch of regular orcs, not too much to worry about. Orc sorcerer. More orcs. Another shop. Nothing super interesting for us. Oh, so there's that stair. Well, let's take care of these guys and we'll worry about that. So Rakshasa. Tra gave us another weapon. So again, because we have this Amulet of Faith, it's accelerating our piety gain and our gifts. So you normally would not get quite these many gifts. Another boring battle axe of flaming. So yeah, this +8 Executioner's Axe is still the best thing he's given us so far. It's a shapeshifter. And this is pretty. There's a bunch of ogres. Stone giants are nothing to mess around with. They can hit you hard and throw large rocks. I've had my last most promising game was ended by a stray rock thrown by one of these guys. I don't know there's much we can do here. Could use a wand of clouds just for fun. So that would put freezing vapors down. So he's trying to recall, oh wonderful, and he recalled the elf demonologist. So I'm gonna wand of clouds him. I want him to die. Okay. So our cleaving is going to help us out a bit here. Okay. Yeah. We're just going to rest up. There's a couple of wargs. Probably some more orcs around. This is a pretty big vaults too. So these slimes, we can maybe show it. Yeah, they'll start to group together into massive slimes that can do a ton of damage, but on their own, they're not too scary. Some ugly things. Some artifact ring mail, but we're happy with our plate mail. Let's see, this time he gave us an Executioner's Axe, plus 3 anti-magic. That could come in, that'll actually come in pretty handy. So that'll, if you're fighting magic users, you can sort of disrupt their magic. Let's take a look. Reduces the magical energy of the wielder and disrupts the spells and magical abilities of those hit. So, since we don't use magic ourselves, that can come in handy. We'll switch back to the +8 for now. Okay, yeah, that was quite a vaults too. Let me see. I'll clear up our inventory a little bit. So here's a ring of Sea Invisible that I didn't notice we picked up. That could come in handy if we're fighting certain enemy. I'm gonna drop. Let's see, should we enchant up anti-magic Executioner's Axe? We could do that. First I just want to see, okay, nothing else. So we have some enchant armor. Let's see, is there any armor we could, yeah, we could enchant up our fire resistance here. And then each time we enchant it, it goes up. So now our AC is at 37, 38, 39, and then if we try it again, yeah, that's as far as you can enchant the armor is +10. Although you can find armor with much higher. Like I said, I found one with like +21 the other day. So let's drop, so let's clear out some space. Let's drop a couple of these wands. Wands of, at this point, Wand of Disintegration and Paralysis aren't really going to help us all that much. The others might have a few uses. Do we want to enchant this anti-magic axe? I mean, I guess we could. So Z. 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 Okay, so now we have a +8 Executioner's Axe of Freezing, which gives us some MR and Strength. A +8 anti-magic Executioner's Axe, and then this flaming one if we run into it. We'll keep this one just in case we find a scroll of branding. This corrosion. So yeah, that's good for now. Okay, so down to vaults 3. Hopefully this one is not quite as crazy. Here's and they can do a fair amount of damage, 45, up to 45 plus its weapon, and then up to 45 again plus its weapon. And he's got a Convoker behind him, so I'm gonna just come back here. I'll just take him on his own. And then, yeah, kill him before he can summon anybody. Freezing Wraith. Simulacrum. I'm gonna head up here and Necromancer. He has Bolt of Fire, and so that could be a problem for us. We'll have to see. And yeah, so like I said, this is just one race class combo. There's a bunch. There's some other kind of standard combinations. There's Spriggan Enchanter, so he's like a little fast dude. You can run around and stab things and just run around and try to ninja stuff. Centaur Hunter is a good one. You just, since you're a centaur, you have speed. You just run around with a bow or a crossbow and take enemies out from range. So there are a bunch of different play styles. Minotaur Berzerker just tends to be the one that's recommended for newbies because it's kind of a bit more forgiving. We'll check out these gloves. +1. I think we had +2. Yeah. This will drop. Whoops. So we got locked in here with this dude. So he can lock us in. This Death Knight can so it has Agony, which cuts your AC in half, and he also has Injury Mirror, which can reflect damage. We can't get out, so I'm going to use another Wand of Clouds. Plus we have something invisible over here. Okay, so it's not really going to deal any damage, but let's see, what could we hit him with? So just let him see if he comes back to us. Come on. Okay. So let's see what Trog gave us this time. So +2 anti-magic executioner's axe. So we've already got one of those, so we are good. So I think I mentioned Okawaru is another good god. He gives you armor gifts and weapon gifts. And he just gives you basic combat abilities. You can like speed up, you can improve your weapon skills, so you can use weapons before you would otherwise be able to do so. Nothing too exciting in here. Demon Whip might be cool if we were focusing on maces and flails, but we will stick with our giant axe. So yeah, he called in some dudes, but nothing too scary. Herbalist. Some elves. We will probably go into elf, so we'll be killing a bunch of elves soon. Actors. Oh, right. We need to get, well, let's clear this floor first. Okay, so there's two things I wanted to check out. So these translucent rock walls, it doesn't look like there's another way back here, but you can open these with a Wand of Digging. And we have 9 charges, so it's not too bad. Hopefully, I'm just curious to see what's back here. Okay. Not really worth it, but okay. So the other thing is, if we go back up to Vaults 2, if we go back up to Vaults 1. So yeah, so there's this little staircase up here, so we want to find a staircase here that we have not used. So if we hit X, Shift X, and the left caret, it'll cycle through the staircases we haven't used. And this one here has a little asterisk, which means we haven't used it. So if we come up here, it should pop up in here. So there may be something very interesting in here, maybe nothing in here. So let's see. Oh, that's nice. Just some gold, nothing that wants to kill us. So that's something to watch for, the amount of staircases up and down. So we will on to Vaults 4. And this is the last floor we will do of Vaults. And we are immediately marked by a mark trap, so not everything is headed our way, including a lich. So I was going to maybe sit here for a bit. Oh boy, did he summon? Yeah, he's summoned some friends. So I was going to maybe stay here for a bit and let the monsters be drawn to me, but I don't really want to deal with an invisible lich. We'll come down here. Now the mark is worn off. Now we can just sort of explore again. There's something invisible. Okay, took him out. It's a fire giant. Oh boy, so there's the stairs, but we have to get through these guys. He didn't summon anything too scary. Oh boy. Go read a Scroll of Fear, just to be safe. I mean, you're so used to playing video games where you just charge through and just try to slaughter everything. But if you do that here, you will pretty quickly die. That's just learning when to run away is probably the most important thing. Or learning, you know, like in this situation, and in regular game you would just run towards him, but God knows what's back here, and he can summon stuff too. So I'm just going to back up and let him come after us. And then we just killed him. This is probably an ogre mage, I think. I don't know. Potions of invisibility. I just want to check and see crossbows. We have that Arbalest of Freezing. I just wonder, it's showing us here, here's the Arbalest of Freezing we're carrying. Hand crossbow we're carrying. I just wanted to see nothing else super exciting. Here's a +3. If we found a brand weapon scroll, we could maybe brand that. We got a gift. So let's check this out. +5 anti-magic. Well, we could have saved some of our scrolls, but oh well. So we have a +8, so we don't need that. Okay, so here's a lich and some elves. Summon Greater. So they both spell sets have Summon Greater Demon. Iron Shot is pretty significant damage. Bolt of Fire and Bolt of Cold. So he could bolt us through his friends. We should be okay. If we were too worried, we could read a Scroll of Silence and he would not be able to cast spells, but we should be good. There's a staff over here, which again, we don't really care about. Plain arbalest. So staves are staves have their own skill type, and they're also good for magic users because you'll find staves that will, you know, enhance your ability to cast spells or enhance the damage for certain spell types. Various things. Let me check out this ring. Ring of Stealth. I mean, we're your stealth meter's here, so you can see as a Minotaur in plate mail. Even with a Ring of Stealth, we don't have much in the way of stealth, so we don't need that. We will put the Ring of Slaying back on, and we will drop that. But yeah, on the right character, stealth can be very handy because it's harder for monsters to notice you, and if you run away, they'll lose track of you a lot easier. Okay, so here is an artifact battle axe. It's probably worth checking out. Thank you, Trug. +3 Vorpal, Rage, Arlek. I mean, it might be interesting if we ran up against somebody with electricity, but I think we're good with what we have. Brainless. Whoa. Oh, yeah, my intelligence is rather low. You can see it's 3, so it's in the red zone. We can look at why that is. So, I don't know if it's just low. Let's see, do I have, okay, so the rat skin cloak has a -1 int on it. And this executioner's axe here has an int +4, so when we switch, that may have been it. So we'll keep an eye on that. Brainless. If you don't know what something does, you can also come down here. So we saw we had that brainless status. If you do question brainless, it'll tell you about it. Can't memorize or cast spells, 8% chance of failure in reading scrolls. So yeah, so we may take a point of intelligence next time because our strength is pretty good. We're at 33. Okay, and we cleared Vaults 4. So Vaults 5 is sort of a... You don't really want to do Vault 5 right off the bat. That's where the rune is, and it's kind of a unique vault. So generally where you would head after vaults is the depths. So we will head there next time. Later. Stay safe.